Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Jermaine Morgan TV. Bass players, I have a question. What is feel? Is it something that everybody naturally has? Is it something that some people have and some people don't? Is it something that you either have it or you don't? Let's talk about it. What is feel? Let's figure it out. I think I want to go outside to do this lesson, so let's see what we can come up with. All right. All right, guys, so welcome back to another lesson. You're actually joining me outside in my backyard right now. It was such a nice day. I wanted to come outside and do this lesson. Now, one of the things I want to address, as you heard me say earlier, what about feel? Can it be learned? Is it something you naturally have? Is it something you either have or you don't? Well, I want to dispel a rumor. You can actually learn feel, believe it or not. You can learn feel. Some of you may be asking, what is feel? Feel is simply how you make the song feel when you play the song, your approach, your touch to the song, how it feels when you're playing the song, not to be confused with timing. Timing is pretty much knowing how to count, knowing how to subdivide and that kind of thing, and being aware of where all the beats are happening in the song. But feel, in my opinion, goes beyond having great timing. It's like you're aware of the beat, you're aware of the subdivisions, but you also know how to play around it in a way that you know how to speed up when you should speed up, you know how to pull back when you should pull back. So feel and timing are not necessarily the same thing, but they do go hand in hand with one another. I made an example with a student of mine not too long ago. We were having a conversation about feel and good timing. It made me think about the fact that there are some solo players I know who are really, really great solo players, and they have a great sense of timing when it comes to soloing. But when it comes down to feel and playing a good bass line, sometimes it gets lost. That feel is not there. The bass line doesn't sit like it's supposed to. But you give them a solo and they're gonna rip through the solo every single time. The solo is gonna feel perfect. But when it comes to that feel for playing just straight bass line, it's not there. And so what I wanna help you guys to do is to become more complete players in the regard of playing the bass line. Now, I'm not talking about solo in this particular lesson. I'm more so dealing with the feel of the bass line and understanding how to make the song feel good. Now, I made a few points. Now, you might want to write these things down. It comes down to timing, natural rhythm, and awareness. Timing, as we talked about earlier, is being able to count, to subdivide, just knowing the beat, knowing where everything is in the beat, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, being able to recognize where it's swing or whether it's straight. To me, all of those things come down to timing and having a good sense of timing. For a lot of you guys, you're gonna have to work a lot more with the metronome to get more comfortable with playing with the metronome and knowing exactly where that downbeat is hitting every single time, so your timing gets a lot stronger. Now, on the other hand, your natural rhythm, everybody has a natural rhythm. When you think about walking, everybody has a natural rhythm. Life has a rhythm to it. Almost everything has a natural rhythm. Your heartbeat has a pulse, dun 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 dun, and the faster you move, you know, that pulse speeds up. Even when you're walking, it's like 1 2 3 4. Most of us don't walk in a way that's not in timing. It's in step, like everything 1 2 3. It's like it's all in timing. So we all have some form of natural rhythm. And then awareness, the last thing that I said, is simply being aware of all those things. Being aware of your timing, being aware of your natural rhythm, and being able to put them all together. Now you're not just only sitting there with the metronome just counting 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. You're being more aware of it and naturally just kind of falling into the groove. So for instance, I'll play this song as an example. Even just that far into the song, you can already tell that I'm using all three of those things. I'm using my timing to subdivide the beat because, one, I could hear that the shaker and the tambourine and all those different things, I'm listening for those things. So I'm listening for all these different things that's telling me how to count 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E. So I'm listening for all these different things as well as my natural rhythm. My natural rhythm is just going with the song. So you can see me rocking back and forth, or you can see my head nodding, which is a natural rhythm because your body is in sync. When your timing is on point, your body is in sync with what's going on, and that doesn't take a theory head to be able to do. You can listen to music and just appreciate a good groove, and your natural timing will automatically kick in. So oftentimes what happens is when we start thinking, when we're playing, we forget about all these natural things that we do. We kind of choke up, we start second guessing everything that we're doing, and then our natural timing, that instinct kind of goes away, and then we can't find the one, we can't find the groove. But if you were just simply sitting there listening to a beat, especially something like that's 4/4 or something straight, 1 2 3 4, your head is going to naturally nod. You're not going to be thinking about the timing, you're going to be naturally feeling it. So it goes back to your natural rhythm. Now your awareness kicks in. Now I know, again, I know what the count of it is. My natural rhythm is kicking in, so my awareness is knowing that I can subdivide. I got these 16th notes that I can play around with, but now I get to pick and choose. And of course, it's going to take you learning your way around the fretboard and getting a lot more comfortable and all that kind of stuff, knowing the progression of the song. But the things that I'm talking about today simply deal with not necessarily learning the song, but developing feel. Because a lot of guys learn songs, they learn them note for note, but when it comes to putting the feel into perspective, they can't necessarily nail the feel of the song. So you'll hear it, it's like everything is right, you're playing the right notes, and it's the right timing, but it just doesn't feel right. There's plenty of times that I'm recording and I'll do takes over and over again, not because I didn't play the right notes. Some of you may have even seen it when I was making the backing tracks and that kind of thing. It's just not feeling right. Something about it is not feeling right. And that's paying attention, being aware of that natural timing, and that natural instinct thing is the biggest thing that's going to be the indicator of your feel. Paying attention, does it really make you bob your head when you're listening to it, or when you're playing the bass line, do you really feel it? And it's all internal. Your feeling is internal. It's not necessarily external with what's going on with your hands. That's part of it. But the feeling is that thing that makes you move when you like, okay, I'm just listening to this song. It's the difference in doing this. Yeah, that's nice. And like, it's hard to explain, but it's the difference in something that makes you move as opposed to something that just like, okay, that's nice, you know, that kind of thing. So it's those three things that I just wanted to kind of point out to you guys. Your timing, working on your timing, working on subdivision. And the second thing is your natural rhythm, paying attention to your natural rhythm. And then again, lastly, being aware of all the things that's going into this to make this a great groove. These are just 3 tips that I wanted to give today. I can dig a little bit more into this subject if you guys are interested in talking more about feel, and I will dig more into it in the monthly membership lesson. So if you're not a monthly member, I invite you to join right now and get the rest of this lesson as we dig more into talking about developing feel. Oh yeah, and before I forget to mention, this backing track is available. I will put the link in the description so you can go download this backing track. It's from my first album. The name of the song is Let's Change the World. So you'll see the link in the description where you can get access to this backing track. I appreciate you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys for watching. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you on the next video. I'm out. Peace.